Imagine stumbling upon a lost world right beneath your feet. It all started with a routine construction project in the heart of Anatolia. Workers were digging foundations for a new building. Suddenly, their tools hit something unexpected. It wasn't bedrock, it was man-made. The discovery sent shockwaves through the archaeological community. Here, hidden for millennia, was an entire subterranean city. It was a maze of tunnels, chambers, and passages, all of it carved into the soft volcanic rock. The scale was mind-boggling. Initial estimates suggested it could house thousands of people. News spread like wildfire. Archaeologists from around the world flocked to the site. They were eager to uncover its secrets. The Turkish government quickly declared it a protected area. The adventure was just beginning. The first descent into the subterranean city was breathtaking. Archaeologists used specialized equipment to ensure safety. They wore protective gear and carried powerful lights. The air was thick with dust and anticipation. Every step took them further back in time. The entrance revealed a network of tunnels. They branched off in all directions like a giant ant colony. The walls were smooth, carved with precision. It was clear this wasn't a natural formation. This was the work of skilled ancient engineers. The team moved cautiously, mapping every turn and junction. As they ventured deeper, the first chamber came into view. It was vast, easily the size of a modern auditorium. The excitement was palpable. The tunnel system was a marvel of ancient engineering. It sprawled in all directions, seemingly without end. Some passages were wide enough for several people to walk side by side. Others were so narrow you had to squeeze through sideways. The team used three-dimensional scanning technology to map it all. Ventilation shafts punctuated the ceilings at regular intervals. They provided fresh air even deep underground. Water channels ran alongside many tunnels. They ensured a constant supply of fresh water. Security was clearly a top priority for the ancient builders. The team discovered numerous stone doors. These massive circular slabs could be rolled into place to seal off sections. As they explored, the archaeologists found evidence of different levels. It was a complete underground society. The walls of the subterranean city were far from bare. They were covered in intricate carvings and inscriptions. Some were simple pictographs, others were complex writing systems unknown to modern scholars. Deciphering these became a top priority. They could hold the key to understanding the city's origins. Experts in ancient languages were brought in. They pored over photographs and three-dimensional scans of the inscriptions. Progress was slow but steady. Certain symbols began to appear repeatedly. They might represent names, dates, or important events. Artifacts were everywhere. Pottery was the most common find. Shards of all sizes littered the floors. Some vessels were still intact, preserved by the constant temperature underground. Stone tools, metal implements, and jewelry were uncovered. The subterranean city was clearly not isolated from the world above. As the excavation progressed, the historical significance became clear. This wasn't just another archaeological site. It was a preserved snapshot of ancient life. The constant temperature and humidity underground had protected everything. Organic materials that would have decayed elsewhere were intact here. The city provided insights into ancient urban planning. The layout was logical and efficient. It showed a high level of social organization. There were clear distinctions between public and private spaces. The team found what appeared to be governing chambers. Evidence of religious practices also emerged. Several chambers seemed to be dedicated to worship. The city offered clues about ancient climate and environmental conditions. Leading archaeologists from around the world flocked to the site. They brought diverse expertise and perspectives. Dr. Ays Yilmaz, a specialist in Anatolian prehistory, was particularly excited. Dr. Ays Yilmaz, this discovery is unprecedented. It's forcing us to rethink everything we thought we knew about ancient urban development in this region. Professor John Smith from Oxford University focused on the technological aspects. Professor John Smith, the engineering skills required to create this city were far advanced for their time. The ventilation system alone is a masterpiece. Dr. Maria Rodriguez, an expert in ancient writing systems, was intrigued by the inscriptions. Dr. Maria Rodriguez We're seeing symbols that don't match any known script. It's possible we're looking at a completely new language. The team's geologist, Dr. Kemal Öztürk, provided insights into the city's construction. Dr. Kemal Öztürk, the soft volcanic rock was ideal for carving, but it also presented challenges. The builders used ingenious techniques to prevent cave-ins. Some of these methods could teach us new things about modern tunnel construction. The site is a treasure trove of ancient knowledge. The more the team explored, the more they marveled at the ancient engineering. The city wasn't just a series of crude caves, it was a sophisticated, planned community. The builders had an advanced understanding of structural integrity. They used techniques that are still effective today. One of the most impressive features was the water management system. A network of ceramic pipes ran throughout the city. They brought fresh water from underground springs. Clever filtration systems kept the water clean. There were even primitive flush toilets in some areas. The ventilation system was equally remarkable. Vertical shafts connected all levels to the surface. They created a natural airflow. The temperature remained constant year-round. The inhabitants had created a comfortable living environment deep underground. Lighting was another challenge the ancient engineers had overcome. As artifacts were analyzed, a picture of daily life began to emerge. The subterranean city wasn't just a temporary shelter. It was a permanent home for generations of people. They had adapted fully to underground living. Their entire culture was shaped by this unique environment. Food storage was a critical concern. The team found numerous granaries and storage rooms. They were designed to keep food fresh for long periods. There was evidence of agriculture on the surface, but the inhabitants could also survive extended periods underground if necessary. Education seemed to be important to the ancient inhabitants. Several chambers appeared to be classrooms. They contained writing implements and what might be early textbooks. Social life wasn't neglected either. Life underground was far from dull or primitive. Despite the wealth of discoveries, many mysteries remained. The exact age of the city was still uncertain. Carbon dating of organic materials provided some clues, but the city seemed to have been inhabited for thousands of years. Pinpointing its origin was challenging. The identity of the builders was another open question. Were they a known ancient civilization or an entirely unknown culture? The unique aspects of their technology and writing suggested the latter. One of the biggest mysteries was the city's ultimate fate. What drove them to leave their underground home? The excavation of the subterranean city is far from complete. Experts estimate it could take decades to fully explore and understand the site. New technologies are constantly being developed to aid the process. Ground-penetrating radar and AI-assisted analysis are just the beginning. There's great excitement about what might still be uncovered. Could there be undiscovered levels even deeper underground? The site has also become a training ground for the next generation of archaeologists. Students from around the world are participating in the excavation. Their enthusiasm ensures the work will continue for years to come. The findings here could lead to a whole new understanding of ancient urban development. The discovery of this subterranean city is more than just an archaeological curiosity. It's forcing us to rethink major aspects of ancient history. The level of technology and social organization it reveals is changing our view of early civilizations. It suggests they were far more advanced than previously thought. The site is also providing valuable data for climate scientists. The preserved organic materials offer insights into ancient environmental conditions. This information could help us better understand long-term climate patterns. The engineering techniques used in the city are inspiring modern innovations. Architects and urban planners are studying the ancient ventilation and water systems. They're finding applications for sustainable building design. The past is literally shaping the future. The story of this hidden city is far from over. It will continue to amaze and inspire us for generations to come.